member of the public that wants to provide comment to do so at the outset of our meeting. All we ask is that you fill out a public participation form and return that to me at the beginning of the meeting before the meeting starts. Then I'll get you called up and give you that opportunity. This morning we've got two individuals that have signed up to speak. The first is Mr. Bob Brewer. Come on up, Mr. Bob.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners, and I'd like to bring this thing up again. It was written May 8th by the Archbishop of the Catholic Church, and it was signed by Bishop Strickland. And I also put on the agenda item that I'd like to add it to an agenda for next Tuesday. And I'm going to start reading some of this, and you'll get a gist of what I'm trying to say. I presented it on Twitter to Smith County News, so you can hear the whole thing if you like. In this time of great crisis, we pastors, by virtue of our mandate, consider it our sacred duty to make an appeal to our brothers and to all men and women of goodwill. This appeal has been undersigned by intellectuals, doctors, lawyers, journalists, professionals who agree with its content, and may be undersigned by those who wish to make it their own. I would like you all to consider making this your own. The facts have shown under the pretext of COVID-19 epidemic, the unalienable rights of citizens have in many cases been violated, and their fundamental freedoms, including the exercise of freedom of worship, expression, and movement, have been disproportionately and unjustifiably restricted. Public health must not and cannot become an alibi for infringing on the rights of millions of people around the world, let alone for depriving the civil authority of its duty to act wisely for the common good. This is particularly true as growing doubts emerge from several quarters that the actual contagiousness, danger, and resistance of the virus. Many authoritative voices in the world of science and medicine confirm that the media's alarmism about COVID-19 appears to be absolutely unjustified. We have reason to believe, on the basis of official data on the incidence of the epidemic as related to the numbers of deaths, which are no higher than they were in 2019 or 2018, that there are powers interested in creating public panic among the world's population with the sole aim of permanently imposing unacceptable forms of restriction on freedoms. By controlling people and tracking their movements, the imposition of these illiberal measures is a disturbing prelude to the realization of a world government beyond all control. We also believe that in some situations, the containment measures that were adopted, including the closure of shops and businesses, have precipitated a crisis that have brought down entire sectors of the economy. This encourages interference by foreign powers and has serious social and political repercussions. Those with governmental authority must stop these forms of social engineering by taking measures to protect their citizens who they represent and in whose interest they have a serious obligation to act. So anyway, there's about 8 more minutes of this, and I really would like y'all to consider making it your own, because this was written well before we knew anything, and every bit of it is held to be true, and it does not conflict with your oath of office.
Thank you, Mr. Brewer.